Hello guys, this is going to be a first lesson of a series and we are going to learn Hinduism in a very simple way. Let us start with brief historical background of Hinduism. About Hinduism. Hinduism is one of the major religions of the world. Approximately 1.4 billion people are following it. Hinduism never had a known founder and no one knows when it was founded. These are the major unique features of Hinduism comparing with any other religions of the world that can be identified with a known founder or a founding period. Hence, Hindus believe that Hinduism was given to them by the God himself. India, Sri Lanka and Nepal are the countries that can be claimed as the native countries of Hinduism. Bharat, which is the ancient name of India, and Lanka were referred in great Hindu epic like Ramayana. From these countries, Hinduism spread all over the world. Indus Valley Civilization. A British official in India, Charles Mason, became quite bored with his job. Having resigned his job, he started a trekking expedition along Afghanistan, Balochistan areas around 1826. He discovered the ruins of a city along the left side of River Ravi, a branch river flowing off from River Sindhu that was and still flowing in today's Pakistan. In his notes, he jotted it as Harappa with a ruinous brick castle. This was the first ever notes of Harappa. In 1833, Another explorer, Sir Alexander Burns, visited the area. He had recorded what the local said about the ruin as the punishment of the god to the king for his cruelty towards the people. In 1850, two Scottish engineers known as Branton brothers, John Branton and Robert Branton, camped in the area to build rail tracks between Karachi and Lahore. On realizing that the workers started using bricks that were available in abundance in the area of Harappa for the railway works, they disallowed it, possibly because of their assessment that the bricks were of ancient period. On their information, the very first official of the newly established Indian Archaeological Department, Alexander Cunningham, visited the area in the early 1850s and ensured that the area was officially marked. After his retirement in 1870, he started his research in the area and published his finding in the Archaeological Survey of India, in which he noted that the most curious object discovered at Harappa is a seal with a bull, and above the bull there is an inscription in 6 characters which are quite unknown to me. In 1911, D.R. Bandarekar carried out research on the Mound of Dead People, some 400 miles southwest of Harappa. This area later became known as Mohenjo-daro. It was Sir John Marshall who used the word Indus Valley Civilization. Historians agreed that it existed about 4,000 years ago, which means 2,600 to 1,600 BC. This was the same period as that of Egyptian and Sumerian civilization. People of Indus Valley had a highly developed civilization. They cultivated barley, wheat, sesame, and nuts. They built houses using bricks, and windows were used for ventilation. The drinking water was obtained from wells. Another researcher, Dr. Mackay, observed that Indus Valley civilization was more advanced than that of the Sumerian civilization, in that there were broad roads in use and also well-developed underground drainage and sewage system. Apart from residential houses, there were public places as well. Elephant, bull, and dog were in Indus Valley civilization. They made and used clay toys for their kids. Copper, gold, and silver were also in use, and ornaments made out of them were also found. Buildings with same-sized baked bricks. It is interesting to note that some village houses in developing countries of modern times have not caught up with these houses of 4,000 years back. What could have happened to these people who lived in that great civilization is a myth that got to be resolved yet. Were those cities ruined by an earthquake, drought, or a great flood? We don't know yet. Some theories suggest that a volcano or an earthquake would have changed the course of the river Indus, and as a result, the field around this civilization became too dry for farming, and people either died of famine and starvation or moved elsewhere. Worshipping at Indus Valley Civilization. There were no strong evidence found so far, while the archaeological researches are still going on about the worshipping pattern of the people of Indus Valley. No temple has been discovered yet, though the seals, images, and other material unearthed by archaeologists so far convince some historians that the people of Harappa were Hindus. There was a stone image discovered which is a sacred figure in Yogic composition with half-shut eyes. This figure was clothed in a robe that was carried over to the left shoulder. Many pottery figurines found also suggest female deities had been worshipped by the people of Indus Valley Civilization. The arms of these figurines were seen to adorned with bangles. Further evidences suggest that there were Sakti, Lord Shiva and his consort were worshipped, along with worshipping of animals like elephant, bull, tiger and snake. It has been suggested that the four armed figures found may be that of either Lord Brahma or Lord Vishnu, and that correspond with modern cult of Hinduism. A figure with a necklace worn suggesting one of the Hindu deities. Historians believe that the Hinduism thrived in Indus Valley Civilization, and as the people moved for various reasons into the present-day Indian peninsula and to the island of Sri Lanka from the Indus Valley, had also taken the Hinduism along with them. It is worth remembering that the other major religions of today's world were founded very long later than the period of Indus Valley Civilization. So, we can safely and proudly conclude that the Hinduism was the only religion practiced by the people of Indus Valley Civilization.